What is up, all you beautiful peeps? I'm currently live right now doing this video. That's why the headset is on the desk, but we hope you guys all enjoy some drama over the weekend between two guys, that being Mutahar, otherwise known as Ordinary Gamers, and xQc, all around react content from streamers and creators. A topic of discussion where a lot of people fall on two different sides of whether or not these reaction streamers or videos add more benefit than not to the original content. And a lot happened, a lot of big people responded to it, so let's break it down. And this starting with people out there like this complaining about reaction streamers and their content, as it was actually this account saying Lamino spends months researching, scripting, and editing videos just for react streamers to re-upload the entire thing and provide zero input. And of course, in the image is xQc reacting to Lamino's video around the Kennedy assassination. His original piece, I believe, from Lamino is around an hour and a half long. xQc's piece, just around an hour and 50 minutes. And keep in mind, this is something a lot of streamers do. I would have to think that if you're a streamer and you have so many hours spent streaming, a very easy thing for your content team to do, and why so many streamers have react channels is because one, they do very well on YouTube, and two, it's pretty convenient that you can sit down and be live and your editor can go back through your VOD and put out this content on VODs when it comes to YouTube as well. So a lot of streamers do this. Then you had Muta respond and quote tweet this saying, "Just a shame garbage like this fills the recommended tab." And yeah, if I was xQc and my react content was called garbage, I would definitely take offense to this. I do think that part of his reasoning in saying this was also to put YouTube at fault because the recommended tab is filled with a lot of this content. So I understand that xQc is probably offended by this, but I do think Muta was going at this from two fronts. The streamer reaction content maybe being a problem, and YouTube pushing that content to recommended maybe also being an issue. To which xQc responded saying, "I wonder what triggers people like you so much. Revenue share, audience split, algorithm? I've heard this complaint a million times, and most public figures try to attack it from multiple angles just to fall flat on their face. I'm watching a vid I like to my people. That's it." And then Muta responding saying, "I know you're not the brightest, but I didn't expect you to be this intellectually dishonest. Nothing inherently is triggering when you view live content on a different platform. It's when you re-upload the content to the same platform and have it copy the same metadata to further cannibalize. I get it depends on the creator whose content you're freebooting, but in your own words just now, you claim that you were just sharing a video with your fans with no intention to critique or transform it for fair use purposes. We demonized individuals like Jinx back in 2017, and large we do as well today. I know you've watched The Dark Knight and animes like Hunter x Hunter, why not re-upload this as well? You also realize claiming content isn't a task any creator can just do. It requires access to elevated content management systems only the larger studios and media groups have. Educate yourself." So Muta pretty much saying that, hey, it's okay if you react to this stuff on stream because you are bringing these YouTube videos an audience on Twitch or Kick or whatever streaming platform you're reacting to it on. The problem maybe being when you then re-upload that content as a video matching similar titles or tags or whatever it might be to the original piece, both on YouTube. So the argument being if xQc is doing this on stream, it's very beneficial because people on stream are not on YouTube viewing the video. They might be discovering Lamino on a separate platform. His issue being when you actually take that VOD, upload as a video on YouTube, the same competing platform of Lamino's original piece, also on YouTube, that is maybe cannibalizing the views from it, and also being, is it transformative enough? xQc reacting to your content, is that transformative? Is it actually offering more of a benefit than not to the original content creator? Again, people fall on both sides of this. xQc would say, yes, it is definitely pushing more views or more audience to that original creator, and Muta's saying it might be more cannibalistic than we think. And I'll be honest, these two go back and forth in essays that were written, biblically on this platform. I can't go through all the details between these two. I would say overall, it seems Muta had a lot more counters to xQc's points than vice versa. They were also jabbing back and forth with each other. Although Muta did call the react content garbage, xQc was taking some cheap shots as well. Even the fact that xQc had previously reacted to some of Muta's content, you know, you can think about this what you want. I think it kind of deflates the original argument though, and the original question is quite simple. Do you think there is more benefit to reaction content from streamers to the original creator, or does it actually harm the video more than it benefits? That's really the two sides of things. You could also go down to the point, is this reaction content transformative enough? Is it linking back to the original creator? What does the original creator think about the person reacting to the content? It does seem that xQc or Asmon or other streamers, they say that if that original creator does no longer want them reacting to it, they can simply say, hey, don't react to it, and they will abide by that. And in that case, then what's the real issue? But the original question is quite simple. You either think it's beneficial or you think it's not. And even someone like Ludwig had an individual video on this and also responded on Twitter saying, I think there's two arguments. What constitutes a legal and more importantly, ethical React video? Where's the line of true transformative commentary? And is the finite impressions argument accurate in the assumption that all impressions would go to the original content if all React videos were removed? Or would there also be an impact on overall site impressions? Is it cannibalizing as efficiently as argued? And then even Asmin responding to this, saying quite simply that everyone is going to have different philosophies on React content. Everyone is going to see it differently. So a lot of people had a lot of different responses. Here was Asmin's take.
There's another wave of reactor content hate going around. I saw a few tweets about that, yeah.
Lamino spends months researching, scripting and editing a video just for React streamers to re-upload the entire thing and provide zero input.
I can see why people don't like React content for sure, because the reactors don't really react. I think that's also a big issue, right? Is it like, I don't really get named in a lot of these, these like hate threads. Usually it's like other streamers, etc. I don't get named because I think that, obviously I drag shit on way too long. And I also try to promote the people whose content I watch. Of course I do, right? And so, people view it in a more positive light. Some people don't have much input. You often give secondary opinion. Yeah, I try to actually provide commentary. Because, like, from my perspective, people watch me to listen to me, right? Like, that's really what it comes down to. They're watching me because they want to hear what I have to say. So if I'm watching a video, people are watching it for the video. They want to see the video. But if people wanted to see the video more than me, they'd have already watched it. So, like, they're watching me to see what I'm going to say about the video. And like, to me, like, anybody that, like, has a problem with it or whatever, I'm more than willing to meet them wherever they want to be. Like, I would never react to somebody's content who didn't want me to, if that makes sense, right? I don't like doing things against another person's will, I guess you could say. I think that a lot of the React content creator drama is like, like that myth of consent where it's like a male and a female saying I consent and then it's God saying I don't, right? And I feel like there's a lot of people where they see a person who gets their content reacted to, and this person is happy that they had their video watched by a lot of people, but then there's some random person on Twitter who's pissed. So it's like, I think really it's doing right by the people that you're actually affecting rather than, like an idea, because everybody's going to have a different philosophy on it. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it.
So at the end of the day, it was a lot of back and forth on Twitter, and I wonder, what does Lamino think in all of this? Because at the end of the day, if Lamino says, xQc, I want you to react to my content, I see benefit in that, then the argument's done. It was just started by some Twitter accounts and people that were not necessarily relevant to the direct case between xQc reacting to Lamino. But if Lamino comes out and says, xQc, I don't want you reacting to my content anymore, xQc also made it sound like, okay, if he says no more reacting to my content, I will no longer do it. So you can understand that maybe there is no issue, but there certainly is that some people. In my own personal take, I do think there is a benefit to these streamers reacting to content, especially from smaller creators, if they're properly referencing the material and transforming it and linking back to it. But it seems like it's always going to be a case-by-case basis of whether or not these people want their content reacted to. But I don't think it also only falls on the streamers. Unfortunately, it seems that YouTube is pushing this content quite frequently. So I think there are multiple people that can be at fault of this. And that was Mutah's original point. It's not necessarily xQc's fault. Some people probably don't like the way he transforms the content or reacts to it on stream and maybe combats with the viewership that these creators have on YouTube, but there is maybe some benefit to that. But part of that fault also lies on YouTube for pushing this content so frequently. So what do you guys think about this? People are going to have a lot of different opinions on whether it is more beneficial or more cannibalistic to the original content. And that is what Mutah and xQc were going back and forth at each other for. So what do you guys think about streamers reaction content? What makes it good? What makes it bad? Where do you guys fall? This is my second time recording this because my camera shut off the first time. Till next time, take care. I'm almost 2 cups of coffee in. Okay, bye.